As a content creator, I get questions all the time. What's it actually like to be a Guitar Gear YouTuber? Like, do you actually just sit around and play guitar all day? Well, kind of. But sometimes it's more like, well, I live in a 500 square foot city apartment and my kitchen is always full of boxes. Hey guys, it's Hunter. Welcome back to another video. So yes, my poor kitchen is destroyed again with boxes of Guitar Gear. I'm not complaining at all. It's definitely not the worst problem to have, unless I'm actually trying to cook anything. And I'm planning on making some pasta later, so let's head over there, clear some room, and see what new gear we've got. I think I know what's in the boxes already, and if I'm right, it's some pretty awesome shit. And if you're going to enjoy this little behind-the-scenes look into my day and what's coming up on the channel, do me a favor, hit the like button, comment your hype down below. Let's appease the algorithm gods together, because last month, they weren't too kind to the channel. But speaking of hype, let's head over to the kitchen. And we're back in the kitchen. I need to move. All right, first box. Which one's it gonna be? I think we'll start with this little thing here. Okay, first time in a long time, we've got a pedal in an unboxing video. So this is the Slamurai Bushido drive. Look at those graphics, man, that's awesome. Let me see if I can catch it in the right light, because it's also like textured, it's not just a 2D print. I love the colors too, like the golds and the metallic red. Obviously, Slamurai is a dope name for a brutal pedal. From start to stomp. This is pretty cute. Assembled in the USA, very nice. So as you guys know, I'm not really like a pedal connoisseur at all. My pedal board is like 50% noise gates. But what I love about like the boutique pedals is that there's like this subculture of visual art, and that's just super dope. So All Pedal reached out, asked if I wanted to try this Slamurai out, and I'm like, well, yeah, I love puns, so I'm down. But yeah, I don't really enjoy making pedal demos. It's just not really my thing. But I'm gonna find some way to throw this into a video because it looks fucking cool. I also like how it comes in this little like jewelry bag thing. So, cool. It's an overdrive. Let's move on. Next box. I'm tempted to go for this one because it looks so sketchy. Like, is it gonna be an awesome guitar or is it just going to explode? But I'm pretty sure I know what's in this one, and it's come from a long way, so we'll save that for last. This is a pretty big box down here, so let's open that up. This is so dope. I don't know what Koshi's doing. Do your cats do this too? They just like lick plastic for no reason? There's already a decent amount of hype from leaked listings. So if you do a little bit of research, I'm sure you can figure out what it is. I don't think it can show it though, which is a shame. All I can say is I'm really excited to plug in, and if you want to see the demo, make sure you're subscribed and you've got the bells ticked for notifications so you don't miss any uploads. Smooth professional YouTuber plug aside, we gotta move on. Actually, I've just realized this is coming out on launch day. So yes, it is the orange Super Crush 100. It's like a solid state version of the Rockaverb, so it's more affordable and it's also smaller, like it fits under my desk. And since I can't pay attention, I've been half editing the unboxing video, half working on the demo track. For some reason, the Tremonti seems to work really well with orange amps. Like, out of all my guitars, I think it pairs best with the Rockaverb, and it sounds absolutely killer with the Super Crush too. So I'll give you like a little sneak peek of what I've been working on. So yeah, that's a demo I'm working on, hopefully to be out soon, but it sounds pretty dope. Next box, and these two actually just arrived. God, my FedEx and UPS guys must hate me. You know what? I'm feeling a big box. Let's open this guy next. Coach really wants to be a part of this episode, huh? Alright, so this is the new Ibanez AZ Essentials, which is kind of a weird name for a series, like it's a plural, but we moved. So the idea here is they've taken their very successful AZ series and made it more accessible than ever. Like, this guitar is $299, I think. So it's kind of like in that Geo territory, but instead of being super pointy and modern, this has a more traditional flair, like the rest of the AZ series. So the body shape, the contours, they're a little bit rounder. What do you guys think of this, by the way? Because you got like 3 colors here for the body, the pick guard, and the pickup bobbins. I almost forgot what these are called for a second. But yeah, unlike the AZs, which have a 25.5-inch scale length, this has a 25-inch scale length, more like a PRS. So that's interesting. You don't normally see that on like traditional Strat type guitars. They stick with that Fender 25.5-inch. Jatoba fingerboard, which to me feels very much like rosewood, although the color is a little lighter. You got a 2-point trem with a really interesting saddle design. They're very rounded. That looks really comfortable, actually. It also comes in a really nice blue, and you know me, I love my pastel colors. This green is awesome. Let's check the fret ends. That's actually really good. Like, sharp ends is usually the downfall of a lot of cheap guitars, but not here. Fingerboard edges haven't been terribly rounded, but that's okay. They're not super sharp either. Let's check the back. Oh, wow. Okay, so something I've noticed on a lot of like more affordable guitars with maple necks recently, like they've got a very thin layer of poly, but a lot of them almost feel unfinished, like they're super dry. I think I heard Fluff say once he compared it to like disposable chopsticks that you get at like American Chinese restaurants. This actually has a nice like oily satin. Made in Indonesia, not China. Okay, interesting. At $2.99, I definitely thought it would be China. That's the second time this has happened in these unboxings though. The Squire Mini Jazzmaster was also Indonesia, not China, which I wasn't expecting either. Okay, a little sculpted joint here. I guess this is one of the areas where they save a little bit of time, so you can see it's curved. There's also like a clip here. There isn't like that smooth continuation that you get on expensive bolt-ons. This looks pretty comfortable, but obviously it's not gonna be as nice as like on a $1,500 guitar. Let's check the neck fit for 300 bucks. Seems nice enough. What's really cool about this, maybe not so much for beginners, but for modders at least, it's got this little mini toggle down here. It's what Ibanez calls the Dynamix switch, and it basically puts the guitar into a complete secondary wiring mode. I'll just throw up a diagram here because it's far too much to explain. All you need to know is it makes this guitar incredibly versatile. I think it's one of those things that might be a little overwhelming for beginners. Like, I know when I started, even the 5-way switch was a little complicated for me, and adding like a further like 4 or 5 options using this thing might be a bit intense. But as a modder, already having that dual circuit electronic wiring in place, like the neck is good, the frets are good, the color's awesome, plus it's got the Dynamix switch. I mean, this guitar is perfect. It's screaming for a high integrity mod project. Now, Ibanez said that this is one that they used for their promo shoot, and they said that there was like a ding or a blemish on here somewhere, but I'm having a hard time finding it. Like, is that it? Or maybe it's like, this is a little wonky? I mean, at 300 bucks, it's not uncommon to find little visual defects here and there. I don't know, maybe I'm missing something. Let me know if you guys see something in the footage that's egregious for a budget level guitar, because it looks all good to me, and I'm excited to try it out. Because I've been playing my Tremonti lately, and this with a 25-inch scale length and a 10-inch fingerboard radius, this is like a PRS almost in an Ibanez disguise. Yeah, I'm really curious how it sounds and plays stock, and then I'm really excited to drop a stupid amount of high-end parts into it and really see how far we can take this thing. Oh yeah, and then I guess because this is an unboxing, I should show what else is in the box. You got the maintenance manual. It's got a bunch of different languages in there. So you got Chinese, and then on the other side, English, I think. Yep, that's English. And then your different tools and your screw-in trem bar. But yeah, I mean, I love testing out hyper accessible guitars. Last week, we unboxed like 3 Harley Bentons that are about the same-ish price range. So it'll be really cool to see, 1, how this compares, and 2, I am dying to mod this thing because, again, of this Dynamix switch down here. But yeah, all signs are good. Let's do like one little vanity flyover because why not? It's a cool-looking guitar. All right, this has been fun. But there's a couple more boxes in the kitchen. Let's get back to it. Next box. We got a couple of shy ones hiding down here. Let's open up this guy first. Let's go. I love Fishman Fluence pickups. They're so dope. The tightness, the clarity, the fact that you basically get 2 pickups in one. I love the packaging too. It's like they've taken inspiration from cosmetic packaging. Anyways, we've got a modern humbucker set with brushed chrome and then a Devin Townsend signature pickup set in, I think that's black chrome. I'm on a quest to try every single Fishman Fluence set. I've never tried the Devin Townsend set before, and I've heard a lot of great things about these in particular. So huge thanks to my buddy Ken Susi for hooking me up with the pickups. Now for everyone in the comments that's complaining, oh, you always mod guitars with Fish Influence. Like, one, I don't even know what you're talking about. We put EMGs in the Harley Benton EX84s. We put Seymour Duncan into the 7-string Hello Kitty. We put Bare Knuckles into the 74 Restamod. We put Buddha in the Epiphone and in the Squire. No doubt we put Fluence into a lot, like the $30 Strat, the Hello Kitty, the 10S, and the Solar. But when you think about it, it's actually been a while. And two, they're really good pickups. Again, with the multi-voice, it's like having two different sets of pickups in the same guitar, and they sound really good, so I'm gonna keep using them. That being said, this is going into a guitar that doesn't have a neck yet, and this is going into a guitar that isn't even built yet. So, even though these won't return on the channel for a while, still wanted to unbox them with you guys. But yeah, at some point, you will see these again, and I think you're really going to enjoy the projects they're going into. Next box or package thing or whatever, let's open it up. Fishman and Hipshot in the same video. This is the Agufish YouTube channel. Interestingly enough, even though I love my Les Pauls and I love Hipshot hardware, I've never tried their Tune-O-Matic style bridge. Oh, sorry, they call it their Tune-A-Matic. I don't know if you can tell, but the tailpiece is quite flat, and then the bridge is massively wide. All right, let's get some reference here. All right, so for reference, this is a standard Godot bridge. As you can see when I line them up. Being ridiculous. I mean, heavy bridges just give you such satisfying, chonky palm mutes. So I'm loving all that mass. You guys are gonna love what that's going into. Then we've got, oh, I need to cut these, 1 second. Got a 3-a-side tuner upgrade kit. You know, for as many times as I've used these tuners, I've never actually put them on a single cut. They've always been 6 in a line instead of 3 aside. But basically the idea is you're able to line these up using the plates. And then when you install the tuners, one, you won't have any extra screw holes in the headstock, but also they'll be perfectly aligned. Here's the instructions. So this is the basic concept. The installation is perfect and you can easily remove them if you want to put them into another guitar, or if you want to put the guitar back to stock if you're trying to sell it or whatever. And if you've never seen these before, first of all, welcome to the channel. These open gear locking tuners from Hipshot are my favorite of all time. They're incredibly solid premium level tuners, but also like with the open gear, they just look so classy. I basically put them on as many guitars as I can because I love them. And in this last box, another upgrade kit. Again, 3 aside, but these are the non-locking variants. And obviously functionality-wise, I prefer the locking, but I actually think the non-locking visually looks better. Like being able to see the gear and everything that much clearer, so cool. But yeah, as I said, I love Hipshot hardware, and I've worked with them on a number of projects all the way back to 2017 with that $30 pink Strat that we put $500 worth of upgrades into. And then we did the same thing with the Evertuned Hello Kitty, and I mean, they were just always down to do dumb shit with me, which I really appreciate. Told them about a couple projects I have coming up, and they were just like, yeah, let us know what you need. So these, plus the Graphtec haul, plus the bare knuckle pickups, be prepared to see a lot of mod videos on this channel coming up. Again, great time to plug the subscribe and the notification bell buttons. Right, Pringle? She's like, oh my god, you really need to put in so many shameless plugs. Before we get into the next box, I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Lewis, Bowden, and the rest of the amazing patrons. Especially this year, I'm trying to upload more consistently, bring you guys better quality content, and you guys make that possible. All the Patreon pledges go to Luke for mixing or Jordan for editing. So I really, really appreciate that. And if you want to support the channel as well, you can do so through Patreon, get bonus extras, link is in the cards, or you can use my Tillman or Sweetwater affiliate links in the description. It doesn't cost you anything extra, it helps me bring you content, it's a win-win. This video, sponsored by myself. Thanks for your time, and into the next box. Last box. I think out of all the packages we've unboxed on the channel, this might be the saddest looking one. Doesn't look much better from the other side either. What do you think of this, Pringle? Now I'm pretty sure I know what's inside, and if it is what I think it is, I've been really excited to get my hands on one for months now. So let's go ahead and open it up. Alright, so a lot of you might not have heard of this brand before. They're Valiant guitars out of Ukraine, and this is their Jazzmaster inspired Jupiter. Like, I am and will probably always be a total Les Paul guy, but I'm starting to get really into offset guitars because this is gorgeous. Finish is cracking everywhere. And personally, I'm totally into the whole relict look and especially the feel. But if you're not one of those, they also do non-relics. Just look at this though. Even the inlays are cool, like maple inlays in the rosewood fingerboard. Illuminati confirmed. Interestingly, even though they've like scuffed up the surface of the rosewood, it doesn't actually feel like they've rounded the fingerboard edges too much. So I bet you, despite the looks, it probably feels like playing a much newer guitar. I love how they've done this though. It's like a modern spoke wheel truss rod adjustment in this like super relict vintage looking guitar. Oh, this is cool too. It's like volume and tone and little wood inlays in the buttons even. This case is super dope too with all the form-fitted foam. It reminds me of like a rifle case. Oh, and then the back, holy shit. So again, like nice and hand relict. Finish cracks and everything. And again, the thing with relics, like I personally think it looks cool, but it's more about the feel. Like with a finish so thin or in some cases basically worn off, you're like touching the wood. Feels so good, especially on the neck. Like holy shit. Just like on the front, it looks super old and everything, but then you got modern appointments like these Graphtec ratio tuners. Let's see if I can get this on camera, but instead of the big blocky joint, there's a little angle here before being rounded off down here. Graphtec nut and string trees too. The bridge is really interesting as well. I was told it's made of something called Duralumin, I think that's how it's pronounced. Basically an ultra strong aluminum alloy that they use in aviation. It's what they make planes out of. And I thought these saddles were brass, but apparently they're bell bronze. And so obviously with all that, they didn't want it to sound bad either. And so they've thrown in friggin' bare knuckles. I believe these are the Riff Raff set, so one of their more old school PAF-y ones. But still, they're bare knuckles, and bare knuckles sound good. And I love how you have like individual pickup controls on the front. So for each pickup, you can have the coils running in parallel or in series, or you can run them as a single coil. So for me, probably what I'd do is I'd have this one running in series as like a full humbucker, and then I love single coil necks, so that's probably how I'd set it. Or maybe rather than single coil, I might like it in parallel better. Who knows? Either way, the point is you can kind of configure this guitar and set it up for your taste. But I can't get over how fucking good this guitar looks. Ever since they sent me the pictures, I've been dying to try this out. So as soon as I'm done filming this, not even gonna lie, I'm done with work. Probably gonna be chugging away on this. You know what though? This and the control plate feel like the same material as the bridge. God damn, this guitar looks cool. And I know there are gonna be those comments like, herp derp, why would I pay somebody extra just to beat the guitar up? Listen, honestly, I don't even care. You're not gonna ruin my day because I am stoked about this guitar. One last look. Okay, maybe just one more. And I am curious, actually, who else is a huge fan of relic guitars? Like, they just look so cool. Where's my relic gang at? Let me know in the comments. As you guys might have heard, I do enjoy sharing these little moments with you. Like, a lot of the behind the scenes stuff are often the most fun parts of being a guitar gear YouTuber. So I think it's nice we get to unbox new gear together, check out new stuff, giving you sneak previews of what's coming up on the channel, and just in general, hanging out and talking guitar gear. So I hope you enjoy watching these videos and hanging out as much as I enjoy making them for you. Again, shout out to the awesome patrons for making all this possible. Social media, merch, and Discord server links are in the description. As always, thank you so much for watching. You've been awesome, and I'll see you for the next video.